Take 622.
It's not.
Are you ready? We're ready to throw it back.
It's been 9 seasons of the Inside Track on Making House Home.
You've learned how to build wealth,
How to navigate the ebbs and flows of the real estate market
how to create a healthy home.
while becoming part of a community.
We've helped over 2,380 families through the seasons of their lives, ensuring their home was more than just shelter from the weather.
It was shelter to weather the storms of life.
It's exciting to continue on the journey with you.
Get ready to enjoy this episode
As it's one of our favorite episodes, hand-selected from the last 9 seasons to take you back before we take you forward into the new Life's Inside Track on February 5th.
Have you ever gone to bed knowing that tomorrow you're gonna wake even braver?
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.
Welcome to the Inside Track on Real Estate with the Decker team. I'm Yetta Decker. Who are you two?
I'm Ken Decker.
I'm Virginia Dawson.
And we're so excited that you're joining us for another episode where we share techniques, thoughts, and tools that we all need, we all deserve. You, I, everyone, even these two, so that we can turn our house into home where our families thrive and we live the best life possible. That's what I'm all about.
Yeah, so sometimes I go to bed and I think tomorrow's a better day. I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to be braver. I'm going to have more energy. And
More gumption?
Yeah, and then I wake up with even less gumption. Now, what's that about?
Yeah, what's that about?
I wonder if it has to do with our bedtime reset and our morning routine.
Oh.
So what we're going to learn on this episode is a little bit about bedtime routine and morning reset. So if you're thinking, I just want to be a little bit braver or even a whole lot braver, just more than I already am, because we're not saying you're not. I'm pretty brave. Sometimes until my feet hit the ground and then my bravery vanishes. So what are those things?
So you're saying you're under the sheets brave person.
Yeah.
when you come out into the world, it's like, oh, there's the world.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, and other times, you're on top of the world.
Yeah.
You're
And
like
I think that's
running,
true.
and you're the one that's spinning the wheel because you're on top, spinning the world because you're on top running.
Yeah, I think not.
Oh,
I don't think I've that much power. However, even a little braver. So what does it take for an evening reset? You said we're going to learn about evening resets, Virginia. So what is that? Like, what on earth is an evening reset?
Yeah, and I think for me, and I'll speak for me because I put myself to bed. I do.
Okay.
Yes. And it might be different for you. It might be different for Ken. It may be different for you of what is best for you. So for me, when I go to bed, I have my routine. I'm in bed by 10 o'clock. I will have my sleep spray. I will have things that make me
elaborate
calm.
on that a little bit.
Oh, sleep spray. It's melatonin. A melatonin to calm me. And as I'm lying,
Even Dan was starting to wonder what, and Dan is the cameraman.
All right.
And he was wondering,
what is that?
sleep spray?
It's yes.
This is a family show.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is. And this is a family spray. Well, it's yeah. So melatonin, just to calm me. And as
Can you give that to your kids to calm
yeah,
them?
absolutely. Yes, it is. It's a family show and it's a safe spray.
Okay.
And as I lie in bed, I will go back over my day. How did I show up? What am I grateful for? So that it really inside my heart wells up gratitude. So that even if there is something going on, that is not a great situation, I choose to go to what is going to powerfully be powerful for me, to be calm and to be grateful.
So now
Yeah.
powerful sounds contradictory to calm. So say what you mean by that.
Okay. So I'll say in my heart, when I am feeling grateful, when I start thinking about those things I'm grateful for, it brings me calm in a powerful way, as opposed to dread of what's coming the next day because this situation's happening. I get to choose, am I going to go to gratitude or am I going to focus on those things that are not powerful?
Right. So what we're kind of saying is significant.
Yes.
Right? It's a significant way to take us from all the potential chaos of the day, the things that happened even just as we were getting into bed, or the phone call that we just got, or the text message I got from a client saying, that house, I'm concerned, or whatever it is that's just happened. It's a way of resetting before I close my eyes. Because have you ever noticed that when you go to bed, whatever you're thinking about, like I was thinking last night about the inside track on real estate with the Decker team, and I woke up this morning with an entire reorg of our theme structure. And Ken didn't know what had hit him this morning. And so
I usually don't.
he usually doesn't, because it was me going, blah, 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 blah. I guess this is amazing. And it sounded very much like that because my brain was moving faster than even my mouth was. And so what I go to bed with, how I reset before I go to sleep, actually changes everything. So for you, V, you think it through, you pray it through, you're expressing gratitude. I write it in a God journal and I highlight those things that I'm most grateful for that day that surprised me, that I think God gave me that I couldn't have manufactured myself, whether it was an interaction with somebody or whether it was that unexpected call to say, hey, I've got a brother that's thinking of making a move. And it's like, these are amazing people I would have never met had it not been for a relationship from 20 years ago. You know, like it's so cool.
Yeah, I think that for me, the biggest change that happened with us, Yetta, is when we...
Oh, not with you and V?
No. No, Virginia has her own husband. She goes home
I
too.
do.
Even though she's our sidekick
Yeah. When
at Roar Canada.
when we go to bed, you and I will discuss what we want to be celebrated for, or what great things happened, or how did we handle something that was excellent, like a celebration mode and a gratitude mode, as opposed to going, oh, well, this happened and this broke and the car broke down. And like, we don't want to go through those negative things, because what you go to sleep thinking about, your brain works on most of the night. And that's been really powerful, is to do the celebrations for each other, celebrating our wins and saying, what do I want to be celebrated for? There's a great way of sharing, especially when we've been out to work all day and not seen each other.
Such a big game changer, right? And so something we do at Roar Canada is really set the stage for how we can go to bed optimistic, because we think about, what do we want to do this quarter? What do we want to celebrate this quarter? What is our intention moving forward? So we're going to expand on this conversation that we're having right now. And we do every quarter, basically, face to face. We get together at a mastermind, and we have one coming up.
Yes, we do. We have a year of masterminds. There are 4 of them in a mastermind series. And our theme is 2020 Vision Living. And so what did that mean to us? We really had to take that. And it is about elevating courage. It is about fueling our results. It is about celebrating. So we get together as a community. I don't have to do this on my own, because I'm not great on my own. It is about relationships and coming together. So our mastermind series, you can go to roarcanada.ca, check it out. It is very powerful. It will change your life, change mine.
If we allow it.
Yeah. Yes.
And so it's about resetting at night.
Yes.
And so we're going to continue to help you reset, and we're going to continue to reset ourselves. And if it's time to be protecting our mind before we go to bed, then we want to continue this conversation with you. So we're grateful to be building wealth through real estate with you.
Moving forward with the Decker Team. Moving forward together with the Decker Team.
2020 Vision Living has been on my mind a whole lot because this is the decade of the Roaring 20s. First time I've gotten to do the Roaring 20s. And our visual systems, visual existence systems, are they a game changer?
Moving forward with the Decker Team. Moving forward together with the Decker Team.
This is Yetta Decker.
Virginia Dawson.
And I'm Ken Decker.
And we're so excited that we've been able to create for you over 403 inside track episodes on selling, buying, investing, as well as insider tips in general and about life, like how to thrive at life, at home, and even at business. And so we're excited that we get to do this and welcome you back to another episode. And as I think about visual systems, I've often asked myself and found it lacking. Why do the ones in my computer or in my phone, and I don't have a phone with me right now, but if you're watching rather than just listening on CHRI, if you're watching on our YouTube channel, you'll know that I don't have a phone in my hand, but I can pretend like I do. And if it's in my phone or in my computer, is it still a visual existence system? Because they usually fail me. Or often fail me.
The only time they're really a visual existence system is when the reminder pops up and you happen to have your phone. So if you've got your calendar reminders, and we've set reminders not just for appointments, but appointments with ourselves, like reading scripture and diving into the word, time we're going to spend exercising, time we're going to eat and fuel our bodies, time that we get ourselves ready, right? So all of that can go into there, but even better yet is something stuck on a wall or stuck on a mirror or somewhere.
Or stuck in my brain.
Yeah, you can stick it in your brain using a special technique.
Right. And so today on this episode, we're going to learn about different methods that are visual existence systems that all three of us have used to really can remain braver. So on the previous part of the episode, we talked about how to keep your gumption going once you get up in the morning. And so what do I have to do in the morning to keep it going? I had a great nighttime reset. I had great thinking and dreaming and calm myself to sleep, and it was wonderful. And now I'm awake. Now what?
Get out of bed. That's one of the techniques we use is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Get
Love
out
it.
of bed.
Love it.
Because
You can't
it's
hit
warm.
the snooze?
No, it's warm under there, and and it's like, but there's so much life to be had. And if you went to bed on time, there's absolutely no reason why you're not getting up on time. Even if you had an unrestful sleep, get up on time, because the next night you're going to be more tired. And I find that I'm going to sleep even better.
Absolutely. And it's simple.
Oh,
5, 4, 3, 2,
simple.
1. So simple, and it's not easy.
Some days it is.
It's simple,
Always.
always simple.
Yetta makes it
not
easy for me
always.
because she counts down and then she throws the blankets off, and I'm cold, so I might as well get up.
Get up. And I think of it got easier when I started saying 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 audibly out loud.
Yes.
So Ken could hear it. So he knew what was coming. Launch.
Yeah.
And I actually picture, in the emojis in your phone or in the little icons, there's a little rocket ship.
Yes.
That's my favorite.
Blast off.
Blast off. Let's blast into the day and then move into the other elements of our visual existent systems.
Right. And so one of the things we did was we put a big Post-it note right beside the bed, and that had our morning ritual on it, like what we do first, what we do second, what we do third, because the last thing we want to do at that time when we first wake up is go grab our phone, because then there might be emails, there might be text messages, there might be whatever on there
I
that's
get
just going to suck us
distracted.
into the phone. And then suddenly we go, oh, we don't have time to exercise. We don't have time to do our scriptures because we got to get dressed and ready and out the door
And
for
then
work.
what happens?
We go to work and we're not we're not our best. We're not our best what God created us to be, because he created us to be in communion with him. And if we start our day that way, we'll continue that way through the day, I find. The other thing that I just love doing is visioning. And now this is silly, but sometimes...
We know it's silly.
No, but it's amazing.
It works.
I know what it is.
Sometimes, like I'm going to go to hockey. I play hockey 3 times a week. And I close my eyes, envision myself scoring goals, where they're going to score on the net and everything like that. And it usually comes true. Like
Absolutely.
I'll score 3-4 goals. And days where I don't vision, nothing, nada, yet, zilch in the goal department.
Well, and it's exciting because
That's just a fun
It is.
area.
It's great.
Yeah.
And at our last Rural Canada Mastermind, we talked about visualizing. We talked about imagination. And God gave us
You know what
that.
my favorite nation is, right? My favorite nation in the whole world is the imagination. It is like bar none the best place to go, because I can go there and I can be anywhere in the world. Sorry, I that's like my favorite thing.
Absolutely. And I love that, because that becomes intentional about what you're thinking about. Is this imagination is your nation. It's fantastic. And I know for myself, when I'm up early, I'm an early riser, 5 a.m. I get
5 a.m.
Yes.
5 a.m., not by choice, but by discipline and conviction.
And mine is by choice for sure.
Mine is too.
And not everybody's is, correct? Yeah. And so I know at a Rural Canada Mastermind, the last one we did in November, and we do have one coming up in February, which I'm very excited
15th
about.
for Valentine's.
February 15th.
Because it's all about love.
Yes.
Not really. It's about getting braver, and it's about 2020 vision living. It's about elevating our courage, which some days I got so much.
Yeah.
And some days I need be my community to help me get there.
Well, and that routine, I know for me, does help. And as I visualize what is my day going to look like, how do I want the conversation? There may be a difficult conversation that's coming up. I can imagine either way, that it's going to go south and not so great.
Yeah.
Or I get to imagine that these conversations are going to be, I get to show up in a loving way to support somebody without judgment, without condemnation. And as I imagine that, that's what happens, just similar to with the hockey.
What you said was really cool. You said you could imagine that it's going to go south, it's going to be bad, or you can imagine that it's great. And if you're imagining that it's going bad, my guess is that you start to worry, you get anxiety, you get the cortisol flowing through your blood, that stress hormone. It's not good. And then if it goes good, well, you had all that worry and negativity for nothing. And if it goes poorly, well, then you get the anxiety, you get all that. But you lived it twice.
Yes.
You only had to live it once.
That's right.
And what we have learned, because I used to be masterful at that method, technology of living in the horrible thing that's going to happen. And over the years, through the Rural Canada community, and just choosing to think differently and surrendering it to God and letting go of those things, I've started envisioning the good side. And then what happens is I get healthy endorphins and everything is better. And actually, even my clients win better.
And that's a community. And I understand that you guys are doing something coming up called a victory rally.
Victory rally.
What is that?
Well, it's kind of like a pep rally. Like if you remember your high school, we're going to get excited. We're going to share some content, some good gems, some little tips.
The ABCs of 2020 vision
There
living.
you go, the ABCs. And we're going to do it 3 days in a row. It's going to be on Facebook Live so that people can tune in onto our Facebook. It's January 21st, 22nd, and 23rd.
Wow.
Yeah.
From 12:05 to 12:25. Very precise. 12:05, right at your lunch hour. Grab your sandwich and get on and watch with us. It's going to be slightly interactive, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
Pep rally. Love
Pep
it.
rally, except match rally. So victory rally. So we're excited that we get to grow alongside you in both life and business, and even helping you with real estate. Kind of cool. Looking forward to meeting you on the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker Team.
2020 vision. What do you really see when you look into the mirror? Like, really look into the mirror.
Moving forward with the Decker Team. Moving forward together with the Decker Team.
We at the Decker Team have enjoyed for over 30 years coming alongside you when it comes to selling, buying, and investing real estate, as well as in really helping families thrive in life, like helping us flourish, strengthen, and even heal relationship, even have our faith increased. And so we have loved being able to, for 30 years, like it shocks me because I am 34. You know that, right? Did everybody laugh?
Did you hear that?
I agree.
Did you hear that?
That makes me 29. I'm good with that.
Oh, yeah, because you're younger than me by 5 years. Okay, anyway, so 34-year-old has been thrilled to help you build life, both at
34
home
American.
and business. Okay, I'm 34 American. This is a show in Ottawa, Canada. If you are one of our international friends that tune in to the Inside Track on Real Estate. So, yeah.
Have you, either of you,
Or you.
ever been surprised by what's looking back at you in the mirror?
The odd time I say, where'd that old man come from? How come there's more gray hair? At least
Then
there's
you-
still
then you
some.
imagine?
No, then there's at least there's still some hair.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
good.
And then sometimes when I really look, I'm shocked by the expression that's on my face. It's not the one that I thought would be there. And if I don't look, well, I may not even be aware that my whole demeanor has shifted. Like, has that ever happened to you where you aren't conscious or like acutely aware and all of a sudden somebody says, "What's up? What's going on with you?" And if I just stopped to look in the mirror, really look in the mirror, I would have noticed like, oh,
That's a great thing when you said really look in the mirror, because there are times, and I know originally you used to look in the mirror and not really look in the mirror. You'd look in the mirror to do your makeup or brush your teeth, make sure you don't have anything in your teeth or that kind
no
of thing.
lipstick on the teeth.
Comb your hair. But you didn't really, really look at yourself.
For 40 years.
And you walk away not remembering what you look like. I think there's a passage in the Bible about that. But the point is that sometimes we just go through the motions and we don't slow down to really look in the mirror at who we're being.
There is and sometimes when that happens to me as well, I must have a pattern interrupt. I must do something to change,
shift me.
to shift my mind to something that is more powerful. What's my identity in Christ? I remember when Jeremy, so he's 25 now. And
So Jeremy,
Oh,
I
is
hope
my
Mama
son, yes.
checked with you before she got going on this. We usually check with our kids before we throw them under the bus. Anyway, Jeremy's now 25.
He is.
And when he was a little guy,
He was just 3 years old, and he would, be mad about something, angry about something. And I had learned, not unlike going to a Roar Canada event, I had gone to a conference and had learned about pattern interrupts. And I thought, I am going to try this out. So he would, be angry about something, and
have you ever been angry?
Oh.
Because I've been angry and I needed a pattern reset.
Yes.
So if it works for a 3-year-old, I know it can work for a 34-year-old.
Absolutely. And I would take him to the mirror and I would stand him up on the vanity and I would say, repeat after me. I feel healthy. I feel happy. I feel great. And he would look in the mirror and that, look of anger still in his face. And I feel healthy. He would do it, which I was really grateful for. I feel healthy. And by about the 3rd, 4th, 5th time, depending on the day, he would start giggling and laughing. And it was such a joy. Such a joy. So that I hope now, Jeremy, that you, and I do have this conversation with him and remind him of that, and he laughs, and it's a great memory, and what a great lesson for life as a 3-year-old. And I get to do it too when I need to have that, so that I show up lovingly. Yeah.
Yeah, Yetta used to write in lipstick. Messages either to me or to herself. Love messages. And then for a while, she did a process, which was, we call it the mirror exercise, right, Yetta?
Yep, we do.
And so there were 3 questions you asked yourself.
There is, and I had to answer it. Ken did it too.
Or not really questions, they're statements.
They're
really, aren't
statements,
they?
and you did it as well.
Yeah, I did.
And then
for
we
a little
would do
bit,
it
but you
together.
were much more consistent.
I was more consistent because I had more facial expressions to get handled, right? I had more attitude to get handled.
More gunk to clean off.
Yeah. And so I would start the day with answering or the statement, filling in the statement. I celebrate you for. So what was I celebrate? So I'd look in the mirror and say, Yetta, I celebrate you for doing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and getting out of bed like a rocket ship this morning, even if it made Ken cold. That was the best part, probably. And then I would do that 7 times.
Yeah.
And then I would move and I still do it from time to time. I go back whenever I kind of feel that the reflection looking back at me in the mirror isn't quite the one I would like. Then I know it's time to do the mirror exercise again. And the second one was, Yetta, I forgive you for. So maybe I had spoken harshly the day before to Ken or to Virginia or to one of my kids, because those closest to you, I don't know about you, but for me, they're the easiest ones to let down my guard and speak a little inappropriately, not so nicely too. And so sometimes it would be around that, but I would, Yetta, I forgive you for speaking harshly to Candace yesterday. And I would lay out the situation just to help me let go of that. And then sometimes it led to I needed to go and seek for forgiveness. That was later in the day in another show. And then the very last piece was, Yetta, I commit to you that. And whatever I was committing to for the day, I commit to you that before every phone call today, you're going to take 1 minute and breathe and just reset and think about the value that you want to bring to the person you're going to be on the phone with. So I commit to you today that that's what you're going to do. And there would be 7 of those. And it was a game changer. And I did it for about a year consistently. Mm-hmm. And then I go back to
7
it. Yeah, I did
each
7.
One.
Yeah,
because you're an achiever.
I am an achiever.
And I felt more comfortable doing 3 of each one.
And I think you find your own groove. You find your groove, and maybe you say, you know what, 1 is best for me because it lets me focus and narrow in and really own that one thing. And even if it's 1, that's 365. And this year, because it's leap year, it would be 366, right?
Yes. And you know what? When you pick your groove, make sure you like it. Because you're going to be in that groove so long that it may feel like a rut.
Yeah.
But if you've got a groove that's groovy and exciting and empowering, it doesn't feel like a rut. When it's disempowering, then that groove feels like a rut.
So is this what you'll be speaking? Because these are great tidbits, right? They help me move forward. I love hanging out with you guys because we get to move forward together in community. Mm-hmm. And so on the victory rally that you guys are doing on the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd of January.
Because this is January 17th already. I can't believe it. So in a few days, we're going to hang out together and we're going to really talk about the ABC, which we have not given away on this show at all, of 2020 Vision Living, which is a part of this whole conversation. So I'm going to leave you with today is if you're happy, tell your face. Ken says that to me all the time. We're so grateful for being your partners and for moving forward together because together we've got this.
Moving forward with the Decker Team. Moving forward together with the Decker Team.
Make sure to mark your calendars to join us on February 5th as we continue to move forward on the new
Life's Inside Track.